Ready for the mosh pit, shaka bra.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to StrangeCast, Player One vs. World Life is Strange fan podcast, episode 135, side A. I am one of your co-hosts, Adnan and Riaz. My co-host on the other side of the boat is Adam Evalt. Adam, you are here.
I'm on the bow of the boat. In the stern. Do you know which one is the bow and the stern?
Oh no, I'm having flashbacks to Joey on that boat doing this with Rachel, and she's
Yeah.
teaching him how to do it. I would be him at this point. No.
Yeah, I have no idea which one's the bow or the stern. I don't know. I'm a land person.
Surely the stern's the back, isn't it? Okay. I
I
can't
feel like the stern's front.
I can't afford to get called out on this
stern guy.
podcast 3 minutes in.
How could you not know your nautical terms, Life is Strange podcasters?
No, it's just awful, isn't it? Actually, let's have a look at this. So the stern is at the back, starboard is at the front, the waist is the middle, obviously.
What am I thinking? The bow. What was I thinking of?
Luke's count, the bow.
Wait, the stern and the starburn, the starburst.
Shit.
What are we doing?
I don't know. I have no idea. I searched up bow and it's pulled up all kinds of things, so I'm going to leave that as it is. But yeah, we're welcome back though. We are here for our Patreon special. It's the Lost Records Journal X StrangeCast episode for the month of February. Apologies for missing out the other week of February. Just a lot of things happened. Our schedules just didn't align at all, and then we just kind of like never got around to recording. So do bear with us with that. I'm going to try and turn over the Catherine Vincelli interview. Just something happened this week and just got really busy, and Adam's schedule couldn't line. So apologies, but we are back because obviously we've got a busy March as well with Life is Strange reunion around the corner. We're recording the 28th of February, if you're wondering as well.
In my movie month too, I'm like,
and that's well,
great.
always, every time.
Every time. I'm so pissed about that.
Always happens. Always happens.
Maybe I should stop moving altogether. Maybe I should just settle in a place for once.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, Adam, let's get into things. So before we start as well, if you are new here, please do consider dropping a subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like the video, and share with friends. We just hit 2,300 subscribers, so if you can help us climb to 2,400, that would be amazing. And StrangeCast is available on all podcast services and is Lost Records Journal as well. Go and check us out there on Spotify, go and rate us, go and download us. You help boost our visibility on those podcasts as well. And obviously, we're on social media, we're on Patreon. You can sign up on Patreon. You obviously get these kind of tiers. We will be planning more stuff as well with Patreon incentives, so bear with us as they come along. We're obviously very grateful for the Patreon subscribers supporting us on there. Catherine Vincelli's interview hopefully should come in the coming weeks. If not, hopefully the early part of March. I will try and get that turned over as soon as I've done these 2 episodes. So do bear with me as that comes along. But Adam, speaking of which, our Patreon episode is here. Should we get into things?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk more about Pokemon.
Yes. No, we're not talking about Pokemon. We're talking about Life is Strange.
Oh.
You signed up for this. So I'm going to pull this up here. So as you can see here, for everyone who's just kind of new as well, we do post a Patreon incentive where you can post your topics, your comments, your suggestions, and we create a monthly episode. So if you are new here, that is available as one of the incentives on the podcast, and everything we use from the actual channel goes back into the channel, like in terms of the Patreon incentive that comes in from people. This was obviously suggested by the Lost fans to kind of get it out early, and we did. So I hope you enjoy the fact that we got it out a bit earlier. We do have one new Patreon user we'll come on to afterwards. But I think, Adam, I'm trying to make sure you don't see this new comment. Yeah, I'm not going to leave it there. I think the first one goes to KJL Kevin, because we were discussing this off podcast briefly. And I think it's just that one specifically, which is, please talk about the reunion previews. So for people who aren't aware, Life is Strange reunion had a preview event. It was remote. It was also in location as well. Square Enix, for certain people, they invited a small bunch of content creators and also
not us.
Gaming outlet. Yeah, bitter old fart.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, anyway, they invited people to play the game. I believe it was 90 minutes that they showed. Some people have said a little bit longer, like 2 hours, but I think it's 90 minutes that was shown. Selective footage was only shown from it. So obviously we've only seen selective footage from that 90 minutes. It's not all the 90 minutes. And it was the first half of the game. So it was a portion of, I think it was 7 sequences that were shown as part of, off the top of my head. Quite a few outlets that did it, a lot of content creators. I don't really care about content creators. I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them because they're all useless. Mate, I'm sorry. When I worked in the industry, I remember working with PR, and they were like, the influencer scene is the worst thing that ever happened for them because it's a nightmare.
Oh God,
marketing.
yeah.
And it's true though. It is a nightmare for them because it's like, oh, here's an NDA, and it's like one influence creator breaks it. It's like, there you go. Journalists like very rarely break any of them, man.
Do you remember that TikTok? I'm pretty sure I sent that to you. It was a guy, he eats like this crappy sandwich, like, oh, this is awful. They just slap some cash.
Yeah.
It's like, come with me, guys, as I'm looking at this great new underground.
Yeah.
It's a hidden gem, guys. It's
Yeah.
awful. Like, that's pretty much how it is. Influencers are
The scourge of the earth.
I was gonna say the bane of my existence, so either one works. I don't know. I think influencers are just bad for music, bad for games, and bad for a lot of different reasons. Because again, it's in the name. You are trying to influence the audience.
Yeah.
Right. You're trying to influence the audience to buy the thing. Like it's. I'm not saying it's dishonest because you are like just saying like, hey, like this is sponsored. You know what I mean? Like it's
There's
kind
no
of like
morals and
there.
ethics with what they do.
Yeah,
Because like, for example, with like
they're in a
IGN,
moral gray though.
yeah, but like if
They're
you're
definitely in a moral.
yeah, but if you're a journalist, for example, and you like work at IGN, you can't accept a gift over a certain amount of money. They take it away from you. Then they have these kind of
Yeah,
places with journalists. When you're a journalist, you have to have those kind of parameters in place. You can't accept gift incentives. You can't accept like loads of other things. It has to be within a budget. It has to be very transparent. This is when people shit on journalists all the time. I never get it, and they believe Joe Blogs 58 on
They were
YouTube.
at all. Yeah.
And and it's like, we believe Joe Blogs 58 who's like doing this. And like, you've seen deceptive behaviors during on TikTok when they put the advert hashtag ad at the bottom of the description. That has to be legally at the top for transparency with countries. Like you have to make sure it's explicitly labeled as ad, and content creators sneak it at the bottom, or they don't even put it on the video. Like the absolute scourge of the earth. But anyway, forget about them. I sent you a handful of like previews from Life is Strange Reunion.
Handful.
Well, I was just
that's what you call. Is that a British handful?
Well, I was collecting them just to keep an account of who got what, and I was just trying to track with it. So there was a lot of outlets, there were a lot of game creators. I don't know which ones you checked. I just sent them to you just to have a nosy, and some YouTube ones.
I hope I can like show this. Hold on. I don't think I can like full screen it.
Probably not.
No, I'm trying to like full screen without showing like any other people I'm chatting with. But he just sent me like a whole slew of things, and I just replied back to him, Jesus Christ.
Taking the Lord's name in vain there. This Pastor Adam would be very furious at that point. But no, I sent you just a handful because I was like, just have a look. I think you said you were going to look at the IGN one. I suggested looking at the Game Reactor UK one because I had some footage in there of like Safi and Chloe and stuff like that. Adam, what did you make of the footage previews, whatever you read? What did you find?
So I didn't look at any of them. No. No, it's been the random ones that I selected, right, are pretty much everything that we've been saying. That is so refreshing. That is just like, hey, like I remember I saw one, and I remember I saw one where they just said, this is not a fast game, but it's definitely an improvement from the slog that was Double Exposure. Like that was like not verbatim, but basically he was saying that like when Double Exposure was like this really slow pace, nothing was interesting you. Reunion is capturing your attention. There are things here that are exciting to the player. There are things there to capture your attention to keep moving forward into the story. So from what I've gathered, it's again what we've been saying, like, hey, okay, like this isn't a perfect Life is Strange game, but it is at least a step in the right direction, and unfortunately that step is to the end of the saga. You know what I mean? That is the unfortunate circumstance to this. But yeah, no, I'm reflecting every thought that they're having just by seeing the adverts for it.
Yeah, like the thing is though with previews, I think because people, if you aren't in the industry and they work as well, everyone will do them. Publishers will usually do them like 2 months, a month out from release. It just gives people hands on. It's free coverage. It's a lot of easy press. I think obviously Life is Strange social media channels have just posted selected portions of reviews and stuff. I always say take them with a grain of salt. It's not reflective of the game's going to be amazing and stuff. Like, you have to think about this and remember as well. They're shown.
I was saying no.
Yeah, I think the main thing that you have to remember as well, they show you a selective amount of footage and selected amount of game, and that's always the main thing to take away. It's like, for example, like, do you know when you have a friend? I was going to use Abby now, but like, if you have a friend and they show you like someone that they're seeing or like a partner, and you're like, "Ooh, can I have a look at a photo?" And what do? They usually sift through photos and they pick one out and they show you. And I'm always like, when they show me like from Facebook and stuff, I'm like, it's always interesting you show me that photo rather than the other ones. I'm like, hang on a minute, if you're in love with this person and whatever, why are you showing me a certain photo rather than any photo of this person? Because like, you know, do you want?
Well, like, I get where you're going with this. I understand that, but
little hint of cynicism, just a little hint of cynicism. I'm just saying that.
No. What I'm trying to say is, like, both of us, I think, have the attitude that this is not going to be an amazing Life is Strange game.
Yeah.
This is not going to bring fans to be like, oh man, this is exactly what I've been looking for. But from what we've been seeing, how the marketing's been pushed out from the previews, it's like, oh, okay, this is going to be playable. This is gonna be that's all we can get from. I know we have a number of fans here that actually really love Double Exposure. Good once again, putting it out there. Good for you. You paid money for a game and you enjoyed the thing you paid for. I'm happy for you. I paid for it twice. I was not happy with it. I'm not happy with my purchase. 2 purchases. But yeah, no. I just feel like this is going to be a serviceable Life is Strange game. Which, by the way, can I just go on a small side tangent here that we've been comparing this game to True Colors, where True Colors was fine. You know, it didn't blow things out of the water. It was just kind of like it was there. So with the recent gaming news of like Xbox, Phil Spencer, and PlayStation getting rid of Bluepoint, True Colors, man, was so ahead of its time. Not so ahead. It was just like at the cusp of just like, because the whole thing about True Colors, the whole thing was True Colors was like this corporate speak of like this tragedy that happened. And like saying like, oh no, we what we believe is, I'm like, man, this game was ahead of its time. It was seeing something like every piece of gaming news that we're seeing right now is just corporate schlop talk.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, True Colors, man. True Colors.
Yeah, I think like, well, yeah, it feels like a lifetime ago. I think what one thing
it does.
One from the previews as
well. It was only 5 years ago.
I know, which is crazy, which is absolutely crazy. I think one of the things with the previews as well is this game isn't going to tell you much because it's essentially Double Exposure remastered with all the stuff, and it's a straightforward sequel. So like, they haven't done anything revolutionary with the rewind mechanic. They haven't done anything with backtalk that's changed anything. It's just the same game with the mechanics transplanted onto it. Ironically, like the shift mechanic was technically like a new mechanic they brought into this. They haven't actually changed anything massively. They hinted at a photo mode within the game, but it's not a photo mode. It's like a free mode camera. So it's like, I think you can just take photos at any point. So do you remember when Kevin asked if they were going to bring a photo mode in? It's just like, it sounds like it's just a free mode camera, nothing special, extravagant.
Which again, if this development was actually 2 years, right?
It's a year and a bit. It was just a year over.
Yeah, it's not even 2 years.
Yeah.
What else were you expecting,
exactly.
man? I'm sorry, but like, what were you expecting?
There's
it was a small bare bones team from the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Okay, grand scheme of things. Small bare bones teams. You have less than 2 years to make a sequel to Double Exposure, but also the finale to Max and Chloe. Yeah, your photo mode is gonna be free flowing camera, of course, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, like, as I said, like, as I said before, the expectations are so low anyway. Anything above that is going to be a home run for this game. Like when I mean home run, it's enough to kind of appease people. And like I watched things and I saw things and I do think, like, for example, they've done the better things where they've gone down the darkish side of things. Like Life is Strange always needed that tones code a little bit darker and like newer entries, and then even with the cult, like, you know, Braxis kind of thing, I feel like that was just something that I wanted to see for like a long time. And seeing Rihanna DeVries and Hannah Tell, I'm still not sure about that yet. I need to sit on that. There's something about it where it's just like a little bit like, I'm like, I don't know. There's something about that. I need to see maybe more scenes together. There were like a couple, but
I think you're more skeptical because because of double exposure and because of the news of, you know, Deck 9 and all that, and just like I think there's just been nothing really substantial Life is Strange for a long time now.
yeah.
And I think there's nothing. Plus, again, the development cycle of this game, you have to be skeptical as a journalist mindset. I'm not saying I'm optimistic, like this is going to be even a 9 out of 10. I'm just saying that, like, I feel like this is going to be palatable.
Yes.
That's it.
But it is, though.
I think this is going to be at the lowest. I think this game's going to be a 6 out of 10.
It can't be lower than double exposure. It just possibly can't.
No. I'm not saying it's not lower. We're not talking about IGN. We're not talking about IGN scores.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Mate, he says it in the
I'm
review.
saying for,
Did you see that preview? He says at the beginning, he's like, it's like from setup on the excellent double exposure. It's like, what glue?
I know, I saw that. I was like, and then I clicked off of it. I was like, no. But like, with a StrangeCast rating, okay, StrangeCast, I don't see us giving this game lower than a 6. I think that's as low as this game is going to go.
It can't be, because they've like, look, the thing for me that I yearn is that the fact that the 4-year development team that they get, the 4-year development period they gave double exposure, is what this game needed, with the Expanse team helming it and working on it. Because I have no doubt about, like, Hannah looks in her element. She really looks like she's just naturally adopted to the role. Rihanna DeVries, maybe the confidence comes a little bit more as the performance goes along. Who knows about that? Maybe it's too early to kind of judge just off the early footages. It feels a little bit here and there, but the synergy from the motion capture director and like the motion capture production looks really well on the game. And there's writing as well issues, which some of the writing has been flagged in there. And I'm like, yes, it should be flagged, because the Deck 9 cringe, that's not cringe. I'm sorry, it's not cringe. I grew up in British culture. I watched In-Betweeners, Misfits, all these shows.
Yeah.
Cringe is unique, though. Cringe has to be endearing, though. So when Max is like, "Welcome to the mosh pit, shaka bra," it's like it's endearing, though. Because, like, remember as well, this is the thing which I love about Life is Strange as well. Just like with Life is Strange, what I love. It's two Frenchmen writing American characters. The two French middle-aged men who have been inspired by it. It's, for example,
they weren't middle-aged when they made Life is Strange 1.
Well, now they are. Now, like, but the two French men, two French men who are writing Life is Strange. You know, Michel was like in his 30s, and so was Jean-Luc as well. Like,
he was our age.
Yeah,
he was our age.
Which, but I mean, like,
more middle-aged.
Yeah, we might as well be. Maybe that's my mentality. But like, you have two adult men who are writing it, and it's the same with like Christian Devine writing the script for it. But it's like, that's why I love like Kojima, because he's like a Japanese man looking at the optics of American West culture. So like, he has a different tone and irony of things. Do you want like snakes running around a cardboard box? It's hilarious. But it's like, for him, he's like, yeah, actually, why wouldn't you do that? And same with Michel when he's doing stuff with like Max and stuff. It's like, hang on a minute. No American writer is ever going to be able to write that, because it needs that little charming aesthetic of what a Frenchman is peering into American pop culture and thinking, hey, this is actually interesting of how I interpret it. But Deck 9 does do corrosive cringe, because it does the contemporary pop culture cringe, which there are some moments in the dialogue that have appeared in this, but they're in a lot better hands with Jonathan Zimmerman writing the script. And I think there's another writer as well. It can't just be him doing this. So they're in a little bit of a better hand. There's a lot of stuff I took away from the preview. There's a lot of big details. I don't think we scraped the surface of some of the stuff we talked about, but I'm not going to focus too much on it, because obviously there's other Patreon questions and stuff we want to talk about. But watching the previews, it's like, like I'm like, we are where we are, man. Like, there's no marketing team in Square. There's like 2 people. I think it's pretty sure it's just Lucy Hale and Andrew James that are just posting stuff from Square Enix. They
And still, the marketing for this game is pretty good.
but what else can you
I'm
do,
gonna say it.
Adam? It's Tony Hayward at BP. We're sorry, kind of
Yeah.
like you can't do much else. The hands are up. Like, we are
Yeah.
literally here. So it's like that's why people are conflicted with what they're saying, because it's like actually there is a deep sense of cynicism, but like they've given you what you want, and it's like even do you want to make the lightning returns thing as well? Like, it kind of feels like that, because even in the previews it says that Max can die and other characters can die, because like if you mess up something,
Yeah.
it's basically game over. So it's like, yeah, they are just playing the full Jeopardy card. It'll just be interesting, as I said, like how you land this game. This is the biggest test for Deck 9, who has a horrible reputation for not landing games, and it's like, here we go, you know. And I think that they landed the Expanse really well, because where it sets up for where the game finishes, it sets up into the Expanse universe, and it sets up Drummer as this, like, you know, the character that she is. That is what my hope is, because I'm like, all you need to do is soft land this game. And as I said before, everyone else is surplus to requirement, even the freaking town. The town, the characters, everyone is surplus to requirement. Max and Chloe are your main focus. They're just going to drive the narrative forward. Anything else that's happening, even the fire, it's secondary to the story. Max and Chloe are central. That's how the story's going to fall. It's going to follow these two and be like, bang, 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 off things. But yeah, just watching some of the previews and stuff and like little things, yeah, I'm very, very like, you know, we'll see how it plays out. There's a lot of positives and stuff, but I think you are where you are, and I think the bar is very low as it is. I'm a lot more interested to see how the Expanse team handles this. I do think it was Deck 9's best creative team by far. But yeah, there was a lot of things that I took away from those previews and details. Just I was kind of like spinning my head a little bit, like on certain fragments of the game, and I'm like, okay, it'll be interesting to see where they take this and how they finish things off, because this basically is the end for now, quote unquote. You got the TV show, but like, you know, that's a different thing.
Which I did.
We'll come on to that in a
watch.
moment, because there's a question.
I didn't know
about there's a question about Chloe casting, so I think you can bring it in there, because I think it'll be relevant for that.
Chloe casting.
Well, but
they casted Chloe?
No, like dream casting for Chloe, which will kind of come into question. And you can mention it there because it makes sense. But yeah, overall, very interesting. I think you just have to be very cautious with previews. I've worked in the industry long enough to know that they are very selective and very like, you know, we're showing you certain things that doesn't mean that something's bad. It's just how they are formatted. They are very much representative of a way of being like, hey, you know, here's free PR, and oh, we really enjoyed this. You have to judge the full body of something, and you've played the game when it comes out and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think I'm still on the fence with like really revealing my true feelings in this game, because there's a lot of things that I think can be
your true colors for the game.
My true colors. There's a lot of things that can go well. I mean, there's a lot of things that can go quite badly if they execute it, but we'll see how it all plays out. Speaking of which, Adam, let's go into the other stuff, because I don't want to make it just a Kevin question on the entire podcast of this one, because I know it was going to be a massive topic.
Yes, for you, Kevin.
Adam, we have another user that's come in who we'll definitely get in before the end of this episode, who's now joined Patreon. The user is hilarious. It really threw me. There's also Kevin Kestis is in here, Lost Van is in here, and Ashlyn Nala is in here. Do you want to go for any of the other ones first?
Let's go Kestis.
Right. So I'm gonna try and scooch past that so you don't see the user's name.
You seem disappointed by that decision.
You're disappointed by that decision.
Right. I guess Kestis.
So Kevin Kestis
I'm not looking
has, I think,
I'm looking at something else.
Does he have one? Does he have one? Yeah, he has one. He has one question here. He's put thoughts on Resident Evil 9 and 007 First Light.
So say one more. Thoughts on? Oh, okay.
So non-Life is Strange.
Yeah. So I haven't played either one of those, or First Light hasn't even come out yet.
No.
So,
Resident Evil 9
thoughts
just came out recently as well.
Yeah. So I'm not really planning on playing either one of those games. It's not that I'm disappointed. It's just like I've been so disconnected from both franchises that like I like Resident Evil, but I'm not like a Resident Evil fanboy. So like I wasn't as excited to see Leon as everyone else was. I was like, oh cool, Leon, but everyone's like, oh my god, old man Leon. And 007, like I used to watch the films a lot, and of course GoldenEye. the game. Of course, I played it.
Oh,
But my thoughts, though, is that these are steps in the right direction. Everybody is really, really excited. Those who have played Resident Evil 9, more on Jake Baldino, who is a Resident Evil fanboy, says that like it is like everything he was expecting it to be. He was really excited about the game. Like Resident Evil is back, baby.
of course,
So
again.
people are really yeah, dude. Like, so like I didn't play Resident Evil 8. I have it.
Oh.
I have it physically. I just haven't played it. I like it. Yeah, I have it physically. And I played Resident Evil 7. I played Resident Evil 2, 3, 4. I played 0, of course. So like I've played these games, but I guess what I should say is like I guess I am playing. I will play Resident Evil 9, just like probably not for a while. Maybe spooky season. Maybe when it's on sale, I'll go get it.
Ooh.
So like my thoughts are like, cool. It's in the right direction. 007 First Lights, I have no opinions on. Like I think it's cool, but I don't know. It feels too Nathan Drakey for me. It feels too Nathan Drakey to be like a Nakey Jakey. It feels too much like Nathan Drake to be James Bond. Does that make sense? Am I stupid right now?
Yes, you are stupid.
Because I live in America, yeah, probably. But yeah, like I'm like iffy on 007 First Lights, personally speaking. I know everyone else is pretty excited about it, but I'm like, I have no opinion about that. But Resident Evil 9, hey man, like it's a good Resident Evil game. Thank God. You know, because Resident Evil 8 was, I don't think it was divisive, but it was more just like, it wasn't really divisive. Divisive's not the right word. It didn't really divide the fan base. It was just kind of like, oh, I mean,
It was okay.
yeah,
I think, personally.
it was like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like everybody felt it was like,
so
fine.
I really enjoy Resident Evil. I have a love-hate relationship with it as well. It has been furious at times, that franchise. I really have a soft spot 7. I always think about 7 like every month. There's something about that game.
I like 7.
That game was really well until like the second half where it starts to lose pacing. Like that ship segment in the 7 in Biohazard is just like way too long, and it just throws the story in different places. The early part with the entire in the actual house is like Texas Chainsaw meets all kinds of other horror vibes, and it's so really well done, that early part. So I have a lot of love for the first Resident Evil 7. And I love a lot of the other games in the series. I know my friend Dan loves Resident Evil 6, which is the most like polarizing opinion ever. He absolutely
you were telling me about it. Yeah. I'm like,
he loves it.
I remember reacting like,
I don't get it, man.
Didn't you say it's his favorite?
Yeah,
Resident Evil?
It's his favorite. It's like still
hot take,
massive hot take. Of course, it's a massive hot take. People don't like Resident Evil 6 for a reason. Well, the series went off a cliff afterwards for that.
Like it's one thing to enjoy Resident Evil 6, but to say that's your favorite Resident Evil, I'm like, and you played the other ones?
Yeah. Like saying Resident Evil 6 is your favorite, it's like saying Final Fantasy 13 is your favorite out of the entire Final Fantasy series. It'd be like that divisive level. But speaking of which, do you know what? I didn't realize it was coming out until it did, and I was like, oh damn! And I usually buy Resident Evil games at launch because I really enjoy it. I'm really staying in the dark about this. I know that obviously Leon's in it. I know that there's another protagonist in it. I've very much kept like
Old Man Leon. Old Man
Leon, yes.
Middle-aged Leon.
Played by Nick Apostolidis as well, none other than Chris's dad from Spirit.
And Frank Bowers.
And from Bowers from BTS as well, yeah. He's which is quite crazy. Interviewed him as well. He's a great guy, Nick. He's a really nice guy. But yeah, like I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm trying to stay away from the reviews. I will probably just play it at my own time. I also have a goldfish memory, so if like someone tells me the spoilers, I will forget about it anyway. I know that it got leaked, which is a bit of a shame as well, because like Capcom had to come out and be like, be very careful about this, because like all the spoilers were out on the internet, which is, again, still don't get why people do that, but as you will. But yeah, I'm interested in it. See, Resident Evil 8 really I was not a fan of by the time I got to the end of it. Like, I thought like the first part and the way that they did the marketing, they really built Lady Demetresque. It was like, hang on a minute, this might be a bit more of the tone, but it doesn't go like that. There's like certain segments in 8 when you play it, you'll really enjoy it. There's like one or two sequences that are fantastic. Other parts are very questionable. I'm like, oh no, it's like, this is just feels too much of a, in the rot of kind of things. But I really enjoyed Resident Evil 4 remake. That was good. But again, you lose that Mikami touch, you lose that that little influence, those little cartoonish moments. Those are gone. Like, you can try doing them, but
I haven't played Resident Evil 4 in like probably more than a decade at this
oh my god,
point.
how
I
do you
haven't played
not?
it
I play it every year. It's like a part of my like
every
lore.
year.
Yeah, mate. It's like it's one of the most influential like games
Yeah.
out there, and it has to like it sits there with Gears of War, Metal Gear, Mario, and stuff like that. I play
Yeah.
it all the time. Like,
That's why I
Jesus
say
Christ.
like I'm not a diehard Resident Evil fan, but like I enjoy Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Like I'm like if someone served me Resident Evil on a plate, I'm not gonna be like, take this back to the chef. But
I'm not die hardcore either. I'm just like a good fan of it. Like, I like certain parts of it. Whereas Evil's always had like a bit of a mixed relationship with me as well, like some of the entries and stuff. So yeah, I will pick it up at some point. So I'm interested to see how it goes with Resident Evil, and I will probably just stay
now
blind on it.
007.
See, this is a really interesting one because it's made by IO Interactive, so it got a little bit of my curiosity because they made Hitman, and the Hitman games were always really great with it. I'm curious about how they do it because when you said obviously GoldenEye is a classic, I will give a shout out to Night Fighter, which was great on the back in the day. The multiplayer on the Skyline, sniper rifle, like co-op shooter. You remember those days? That's like a classic.
Yeah,
great game, great game as a kid.
Not the book.
It was Night Fighter, wasn't
there
it?
you go. Yeah, up 007 Nightfire.
With Pierce
Oh
Brosnan on the
man.
front.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, hold up. Screen
classic.
sharing here. Man. I forgot about the game. So for audio listeners,
great game. That's one. Iconic. The co-op multiplayer in this game was unbelievable back in the day. Oh my god, it was so good. The co-op multiplayer in this game. Yeah, that's the one.
Yes,
you get on the little skylines as well and sniper people from it.
Man, forgot about this game, dude. Holy
this
hell!
Is a game you should buy if you have a retro one. Your console. You can buy this on the Xbox, I think.
I was about to say it's got an Xbox release right there.
Oh,
I have my original Xbox and I have my GameCube.
Classic.
So there you go. What you played on the GameCube or the PS2?
PS2 back in the day.
Yeah. Or Game Boy Advance? Did you play on Game Boy Advance?
No, but on Game Boy Advance. I wonder how that's going to go. Look at the box, man. Oh, it's always nostalgic for that. So yeah, I think. Oh, look at that. Jesus Christ, someone played it.
I was going to say, what does it look like on Advance?
Oh God, look at the graphics down there. That's something else.
Oh, it's actually not too bad.
No, it's bad. No, but you miss the entire like Game Boy, unless you're playing with someone and you got link cables and you're doing like the co-op element. You're missing that. So yeah, I've had a very love and hate relationship with 007. I'm interested to see how they do it. It's not a day one release for me or day one buy like kind of game. Maybe they can spawn something from it. I know what you mean by the Uncharted thing, where it's like Uncharted-y. I think obviously Bond has to stay Bond, which is I think sometimes they lose. I really like James Bond as like the idea and the concept of it, especially the films as well. Like I'm very happy that Daniel Craig has now gone because I'm like I'm done with those films. There were two Bourne Ultimatum style with Daniel Craig as Bond. I never really got wholly into them. So I'm hoping that they go more down the sleuth secret agent kind of thing vibes of that. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how it goes. So that's where I kind of stand on it. Doesn't have my boy George Lazenby in it though, which is the shame. The real Bond. No, it's always Sean Connery. Sean Connery is the best Bond, right? We're just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shaken, not stirred.
The legendary Scotsman himself as well. Indiana Jones's father as well. What two great performances. Yeah. So yeah, I'm interested to see how that plays out. So yeah, that's us. Adam, should we go into our next question? Who do you want to go to, Ashlyn, Nala, or the Lost Fan?
Let's do Lost Fan. Lost Fan didn't get any questions in last time, so
yes. So we'll scroll up here.
I'm looking away.
Let's leave the Chloe one for the next part. We'll do that next part.
Okay.
Let's do this one. So I recently replayed Sea of Stars and Lost Records, and I'm now starting Clare Obscure, and all three games have some of the best music of this decade at this point. What are your top
Ooh.
game soundtracks of the 2020s so far?
Man, okay, so Clare Obscure, of course,
I
is
would agree
number
to
one.
that. I haven't played the game. I've listened to the soundtrack. It's actually phenomenal. It is phenomenal.
Amazing. Yeah, it's on Bandcamp, by the way, if anybody's asking. It is on my Bandcamp. So whenever I play Shuffle, because it is an 8-hour soundtrack, it constantly gets into Shuffle real quick because there's so many tracks. I think there's 152 tracks, so it's a pretty good ratio of coming into the Shuffle there.
Yeah.
You know what? 2020s, because we have 5 years essentially to pick from here.
I would say Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's soundtrack is up there for me. Like that is a very, very good soundtrack. That was phenomenal with the way that they did things as well. Was that song that they had? Was it the Bow Wow Wow one with the dog? Bow Wow Wow. Yeah, that was it. Like Bob Pop. Yeah, that great game.
Yeah, I gotta go with that. I gotta go.
I mean, Laurie Allen does a song in there as well. Is it the Arab song in there, which is like amazing in that. So that's definitely one of the mentions for me for a soundtrack. And I would also, it's interesting. Just think about it.
Let's see here. I'm looking up.
What are you looking at?
Best Music Game Awards 2021.
I will say
Death.
No
way.
I would say Death Stranding 2 goes in there. That's a great soundtrack from Woodkid and Ludwig Fossell. That's a great soundtrack. Great soundtrack.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Remake won Best Soundtrack in 2020.
Yeah. What about Rebirth?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it's just a remake. Rebirth came out 2023, 2024?
24, I think it was. I think it was 24. I think 2020 was Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Rebirth wins Best Score at Game Awards 2020.
Yeah, it was great score. Great score. Fantastic. They nailed that. Absolutely. Death Stranding's another one. Do you know what, Adam? I'm going to say this as well. I think it might surprise some people. I think Double Exposure's soundtrack is very good. Like the score that's on it. I think with Double Exposure's score soundtrack, I think the licensed songs aren't the best. So I don't really rate New Dad, Matilda McCann, or Dodie. I rate Chloe Morondo be on it with September, and obviously Tessa Rose Jackson's songs. But the actual score by Feel for Music, Luciano Rossi, and Tessa Rose Jackson, I think it's really good. Like I listened back to it quite a lot in the last couple of months as well, and I think they've really nailed that score. It needs a bit more of a darker theme at times to suit the game, outside of Illusion, because Illusion's the main one for that. But there's something about it, man. They've really nailed the score of that. It's so refined, and I'm like, really, really good from that. Adam, Lost Records has to be in there.
Well, yeah, it has to be. But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, and I had to make sure that it was, because here's the thing: when you say the 2020s, dude, everything just went. Everything just Everything just bleh. So I don't know what came out in 2019 and what came out in 2020s. You know what I mean? Because it's such a crazy time. But okay, so Lost Records will get an honorable mention. I'm just saying that right now. It's getting an honorable mention, but my three are Clare Obscure, Kirby and Forgotten Land. Okay, Kirby and Forgotten Land, and also Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, they're great. They're great soundtracks.
Yeah, I got to. I'm sorry, there's too many good soundtracks coming out in the 2020s. I mean, I'm looking at 2022 right now.
I don't think
Pentiment.
I don't think they're as good as the last decade for now. But I think that's because of the gaming industry changing.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some phenomenal ones, and obviously the Last of Us soundtrack was phenomenal, the first one. Metal Gear Solid 5 was unbelievable. There was quite a lot in that decade, which was really, really outstanding music.
Yeah. I mean, hell, Blueprints, that soundtrack was phenomenal, dude. It was an electronic jazz duo from Sweden. Like it was just unique, man. Like I like the soundtrack from Blueprints a lot. So there's so many good ones, but I'm gonna say Clare Obscure, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. And you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna put in Blueprints. Blueprints is like in that top 5. So two soundtracks from 2025. I don't care. I'm making the rules here.
Hey, there you go. Here's one before we move on from this as well. What's your underrated favorite soundtrack from the 2010s to 2020?
The 2010s. Hue soundtrack. Yes. Right here. This little guy right here. This is Hue. There's a game. Actually, if you see right, come on, you can do it. Bang. This box right here. That is the physical edition of Hue. This soundtrack was made by he has a Greek name. I can't remember it for the life of me, but it is on my Bandcamp. Of course, I bought it. So Hue's soundtrack is just a phenomenal piano piece, and it just fits the vibe so well. Man, underrated. Go check out the Hue soundtrack.
Who is the composer? Let's have a look.
For Hue.
Hue. Alkis
Livantinos.
That's
Livantinos. Yes. But yeah, you can buy it on Bandcamp for anybody wondering.
A Greek musician, Alkis was discovered by developer Fiddlesticks after they licensed his music for a trailer, resulting in a full soundtrack of over 30 original atmospheric tracks. That's interesting.
Yeah. Absolutely underrated.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I will always give out a shout out because I think it's one of my favorites by far, and it's underrated. It's Beyond Two Souls soundtrack. I think Lorne Balfe is unbelievable in that, and Hans Zimmer's the producer on that soundtrack, which is amazing as well. And it's like, oh my mate, it's insane. It's insane when you listen to it. I think Beyond Two Souls is one of the best soundtracks out there. It's unbelievable, really underrated game. I know a lot of people had divisive opinions on Beyond Two Souls, but I really, really rated it. It's really one of my favorite games out there.
I think it was only divisive because of the time jumps between storylines. Like that's part of it though. Like, and I know there's a patch where you can play it linear, but I'm like, no, that's the whole point.
Exactly.
Is that, like, it goes back. Man.
It maybe like her mind is fragmented as well. Like Jodie Holmes' mind is fragmented. But the thing is, Quantic Dream did this. I don't know why Quantic Dream did. Someone told me afterwards, well, recently on Twitter, where it's like they patched the Chloe thing from Beyond Two Souls, not Beyond Two Souls, Detroit Become Human, where at the end of the game with Detroit, you can make the decision to let Chloe leave the menu screen if you want to, because you have conversations with her and you interact with her. And there's a decision where you can release Chloe and then she disappears. But then they introduced a patch later on where you can bring her back. And I'm like, no, Quantic Dream. So you let her stay there. That you make that decision. So yeah, anyway, we'll move on from that. So Adam, let's go into
that.
Great game. They were, my God, they were on the last decade. It feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Lost Fan. We will move into our next question. Move us down here. So Adam, let's go down a bit further to Ashlyn, Nala. Which one? Let's have a quick look at this. It's a certain Life is Strange one. Actually, Adam, let's get you on this one. Have either of you played Twin Mirror or Vampyr from Don't Nod? I started Twin Mirrors, and it's actually pretty good so far. Vampyr, I can't seem to focus on. And then even Kevin Kestis has put his input there as well.
Yeah, I played Vampyr with a Y. Let's go, baby. Yeah, so Twin Mirror was talk about underrated game, man. Have you played it yet, Adnan?
No, it's on my. I've got them all on my hard drive. I've just not even had a chance to touch them yet. But yeah, it's there. I do want to play Twin Mirror though. There's something about that game which kind of strikes me. I know it's a very, very divisive game, and that's the start of Don't Nod's financial struggles with selling games as well. That was a self-published one.
The thing about Twin Mirror is that it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's only a 4-hour game.
Yeah.
I started about played Vampyr, excellent game. I was gonna go surprise donut. Started about 20 minutes in. I just couldn't stay focused on it. That makes sense on Vampyr. Vampyr is very much it's not a bad game because one, it was composed by Olivier de Rivière, and also the art the art direction was Juliet. Yes.
Yeah, she was the art team, wasn't she?
Yes.
Um,
a lot of my favorite people on that game. And yeah. So what I was gonna say though is that Vampyr. I'll start with Vampyr first. And some people say vampire, but old English text will pronounce it Vampyr. If you think it's vampire, even though it's spelled with a Y, you can I don't know, lick my ball sack.
I think Juliet was an artist on this. I don't think she's the art director, by the way.
Yeah, she's not the art director, but she was she was one of the artists. Who was the art director then?
I think it was Gregory Z. Scoosh. I don't know how to say his last name.
But we have an artist on there that we love. But what I'm gonna say is that Vampyr or Vampire, whatever you want to say it. RoboCop did that to me too. First half hour, yeah. Like Vampyr it's one of those games that you have to like play 2 or 3 times before you like get into it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people who did like sink their teeth right into it, and just like loved it from the get-go. It took me about 2 or 3 times to like really get into it. So if you feel like you want to do that, cool. But Vampyr it's one of those games, yeah, for sure. Now Twin Mirrors, however, I think it's an excellent playthrough. I think it's a good Saturday afternoon, like you have the day off and you have 4 hours of chunk, just playing a mystery game. It's short, it's sweet. I think the landscape is beautiful. I think the game direction is quite lovely. It's corny on all the right ways. So I think if you're a fan of Don't Nod games, you're a fan of Life is Strange, you're a fan of Quantic Dream, dude, I think people should be playing Twin Mirrors. I think it's 4 hours long. It's a short game, so it's well worth your time, especially if it's on sale for like $5, $10. Pick it up. Vampyr.
Mate, I forgot they were making a Vampyr TV show. I just clicked on it now. They announced that back in 2018. Maybe Dimitri M. Johnson's attached to it. There's nothing we said about. Oh my god almighty! Did you see the AI Kratos that happened? Like a Kratos, the Kratos image that came up. It's not AI. I don't know if it's AI or not.
No. That was bad. That was a bad screenshot.
I put a comment on Twitter. I just put like the Life is Strange TV show is cooked now, and people took it seriously. I was joking, like you just see how the line is phrased. It's not like some like massive thing like that, but yeah, that image. I was like, oh my god, man, Jesus Christ.
So I will say that, like, Adnan, I don't think you'll like Vampyr. I don't think you'll like it.
It looks like an Adnan
it's just
game,
one of the. It looks like it, but just like what Ashlyn is saying, like the first 20 minutes, it doesn't really capture you. Like you really have to play. I'm going to say like 3 hours before it like really captures your attention. And I'm not saying it's a slog to get through those 3 hours, but like if you don't know what you're getting into, which is just kind of like very much a role playing darker game, that's not like Vampire the Masquerade. Vampire the Masquerade at least has that vibe of just being slow.
Yes.
This one feels like it should be fast paced, but is slow in those first 3 hours. So it's kind of weird. I do want to play it again though. I do want to play it again
when my time opens up eventually. Oh,
definitely play. First of all, play Duck Detective for the love of God. Like play Duck Detective.
I haven't finished it. I just gave up on it after a little bit. I was like, I'm done with this now.
What? Duck Detective.
I was just like, whatever. At the end of it, I was like, it's funny, but then I was like, nah, I'm done here. So I just like stopped playing it.
Man,
yeah, I might go back to it. Oh god. Yeah, I will comment on those games in the future once I've played them. I still need to get around to playing them, but they're on my hard drive. It's just never had a chance to. The days are gone of playing a lot of games and doing the usual stuff, unfortunately. Adam, let's go to our other one.
Yeah.
So this is our new Patreon user.
Okay.
And it came in. So not called Kevin has joined Patreon. And I don't know if I'm being I don't know if I'm being punked either. I'm like, who is this? I was like, who is this?
You just want my vote, whoever this is. I don't care. My favorite person here. As long as it's not a Kevin.
I signed back into the Patreon a couple of days ago just to check it. It's like, see what the comments are. I saw this card, I was like, crying out of laughter. I was like, who is this? Who's posted this? Well, thank you for joining the Patreon, though, and thank you for being here. So the question here was from them, the put, long-time listener, first-time Patreon, ... Do you think that Double Exposure released unfinished or incomplete? Chapter 4 and 5 being much shorter than the release seems like a clear indicator of this. I'm concerned that Reunion could suffer the same fate. Are there areas of DE that you believe were not finished as intended?
Okay, so this is a little bit complicated.
So let's
yeah.
try and navigate this, and I'll do it with you as well. So do you think Double Exposure released unfinished or incompleted? No. So in the sense that in the game,
it's like it's a yes and a no.
Yeah. So in the game that is presented, yes, it is a complete finished version as it is. However, just to be very careful with this, if we take the reports online and the leaks and the comments and rumors and whatever else that I've been speculating things as well, the game is split into two during the production stage, as they say. And then, for example, they make the sequel from it. So yes, in that sense, it is a de facto, quote unquote, incomplete game / a sequel. Ultimately, though, Double Exposure is intended to be a full game, as it was. When you're saying that 4 and 5 seem shorter than indicated compared to the other ones, that is also an issue in terms of that was the period where the development hell it went through, including with layoffs that were happening at the time. So a lot of people were laid off as the game was going on, because obviously we've had Backer on here. He did the interview, and he did the first 3 chapters, so he got laid off. He was the lead level designer, remember, as well, so he's got laid off during that process. It's like, hang on a minute, there is going to be an issue here where you're changing development teams and changing people around. So that's why the 4th and the 5th part just fall off a map as well. Hypothetically speaking as well, if you're splitting the game of the intended story, 4 and 5 might end up being a bit more of a mess as well, because you're going to be changing things to sell for a sequel that is happening as well. So yeah, technically speaking, yes, it is considered a finished game. It's also, as Adam said on that second fold effect, incomplete, because yes, it does feel like that for these factors which have been reported online. Not anything that I'm saying more about anything that's been reported online.
Yeah, it's what I'm gonna say it like this. Your question of like chapter 4 and 5 being much shorter than seems. Are there areas of here's the last part. Are there areas of Double Exposure that I believe were not finished as intended? Everything about this game was as intended. I'm just going to put it that way, that everything about the story of this game was as intended.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it at that. When you think like, oh no, it was rushed. Oh, the storyline, it doesn't make sense. The game was made as intended, as the writers intended it to be. That's what it was. There was nothing of just like, oh, do you think this would make sense? Oh, I don't know. We got to get it out the door. Oh, we got to finish this storyline. This was the game from the get-go. I'm just going to say it that much. So yeah, with the layoffs happening within Double Exposure's team, and like you said, from the reports that came out, the finishing of the game in terms of just like, were there things that were like not finished in time? Sure, but the story was as intended.
Yes. That's as it can pretty much be. When you said I'm concerned that Reunion could suffer the same fate, yes and no, because Reunion is basically
that's a yes and no.
Because Reunion is basically in the position where it's come out in the space of like a year plus development, just give or take, but it's had foundation already done. 4 years of Double Exposure's development is already done there for you. So you just basically change things, rechange things, assets, etc. It's going to probably be a little bit shorter as well in experience. They've obviously formatted the story in a certain kind of way to follow a different way of kind of telling it. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as quote unquote as like unfinished or incomplete quote unquote as Double Exposure. Double Exposure was sequel baiting and all these other things that happen at the same time with it. Ultimately, The issue with Reunion will be bugs and other little cosmetic problems as well. It's going to be a flawed game that comes out because ultimately they don't have enough time to QA this in efficiency. Like, there's no way on the timeline of maps to get that kind of game up to speed with full polishes. They've announced a day one patch. That's the standard practice now. There will be more patches for this game. That's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
So like, yeah, I think your when you said that it could suffer the same fate, no, Reunion's suffering a different fate, which is unfortunate, as you've seen as well, where they're laying people off. Like you're basically getting to the point where the motion capture director is recording everything until the final day and doing stuff, and then he's getting laid off. And the same with one of the co-directors, one of the other other people that are involved with this game. You've seen layoffs that are happening, so it's basically that really, really horrible. And it's a bit like a cartoon sketch. Do you, when someone does a job and they cut someone from the company, it's like that. And it's like really quite, it just feels quite sinister as well a little bit. So
I will say this, that like I do not envy the team that is making shoot Reunion.
Yes, there we go. We find the brain finally turned on, but yes, there we go.
But the American education system was taking its work there. But I don't envy the Reunion team, just because, again, what you're being asked to do is finish a 10-year-long saga of Max and Chloe. You're ending that, but within the context of double exposure, because you only have less than 2 years to develop it. So you have to use assets that are already established so that you can finish it in time. So Reunion team, you need to finish this 10-year-long saga that has built this large fan community within the context of a game that has divided the fan base.
Yeah.
I don't envy them at all. Also, you're getting laid off.
On that.
Like that has to be the worst job of all time, dude. Like, finish this out in the worst way possible. Also, find a new job.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's like a ticking time bomb, isn't it? Which is like the thing with this game. So, yeah, that's that. And also as well, are there any areas of DE that you believe were unfinished as intended? Yes, there are. There was quite a lot that was left on the cutting room floor. Publicly, Aisha Farrow has spoken about them in interviews. Obviously, the entanglement mechanic was on there as well. There were a lot of things that were unfinished. There were a lot of things unfinished that was there in double exposure. You might see them come back in Reunion. You might already have seen one. I'm just going to say that as well. There are certain things that are there, which there was. This is again where the development time can be cut very quickly because they have time and efficiency. Because again, if for example they have concepts which weren't used and certain things, you can now use them, and you don't have to plan that early preliminary stuff. But yes, there were intended areas and things within double exposure that were quote unquote unfinished or not finished or used or scrapped. Yeah. You'll see them come back in Reunion. They're gonna use them. It's just natural with that. And I'll probably talk to you, Adam, as well afterwards. But there is one that's been done already, which people have seen. So I'll leave you guys with that. There's one that's very much there. But anyway, yeah, I can't say much more than that. But like, yeah, there's a lot of things that were going on with double exposure. So yeah, that sums it up. But thank you, Not Called Kevin, for joining the Patreon as well and being Not Called Kevin as well, because we have too many Kevins as it is. Speaking of which, Adam, we're just going to extend this podcast episode, the first part, for a little bit longer. Should we go full circle and end with Kevin Lackner, and we can then sign off and we'll pick up from the next episode?
Sure.
Oh, technically, did we do that? Yeah, we kind of wrapped that in, didn't we? What are your thoughts? That was in Please Talk Thingy. Let's just do this one quickly then. So how many Life is Strange 2 references in the game will be in the game Reunion after we already seen the Porto Lobo souvenir on Chloe's keychain? So I don't know if you missed this, because this was one of the sequences. So on Chloe's keys in her bag when she comes and stays at Max's house, there's a Porto Lobos little keychain that she has. It's not guaranteed. It can change. So there are certain clips when you're watching them that can change. But yes, Life is Strange 2, the Forgotten Child, has been mentioned in Life is Strange Reunion. Yeah. Your prediction, how many references do you think they'll get?
I think you're gonna get a lot of references from a lot of different games.
No, from Life is Strange 2, you stop playing the Square Enix game there. You're thinking like a different franchise. We're talking about Vingy.
I think you might get like one or two other ones. Maybe you might get the wooden bear. You might find
Power
it like a
Bear.
wooden bear somewhere. Oh, what's that?
We got
Yeah,
Power
no,
Bear mug from Captain Spirit.
not the power. No. Well, I'm talking about. Remember in Life is Strange 2 at the gas station, they whittle bears, and so Daniel, what I want, I think you might see a whittled. I'm whittling.
Whittled, yeah,
I guess.
whittling.
Yeah, I'm whittling a bear somewhere, so I think you might see a wooden bear. I think you might see the same gas station. No, I'm just yeah, I think you might get like one or two more, just little nods, like something that you could miss, like that keychain or the wooden bear that's like probably in that basement scene. The wooden bear is on fire because wood is flammable. Yeah, I don't think you get a lot though because it is the Forgotten Child. But the fact that that keychain was in it, that's just, hey man, cool.
We're getting the moments, aren't we? This will be Life is
Yeah.
Strange 2 Easter eggs in that game. As you can see, there'll be Life is Strange 1, that child that's being hung up. There's Reunion, and there's Life is Strange 2 drowning in its nods. Yeah, I think you're going to get the minimum. I know there's a Firewalk poster, obviously. There's one where in one of the sequences, I call it the little corner of that. And there will be other references in between it, and True Colors will be one and whatever else. I don't see 2 getting that many mentions. It'll probably have like maybe like a bit fair here, probably like 2 or 3. Two, I think.
That's what I'm thinking. Like you'll have that keychain and a wooden bear, and then maybe like one other thing.
Yeah, it can't have that many. I just can't see them doing that many from it. It seems like more on the nose that they'll do the other ones. Like Life is Strange 2 is forever ostracized as
you'll get
Forgotten Child.
You'll get a reference of Trump, and then there's your Life is Strange 2
Jesus
reference.
Christ. My God. So yeah, that's yeah, I don't think you're gonna get much more than just that. I think it'll be very bare minimum. But yeah, I think Adam, we'll get one more in quickly before we sign off this, because I can probably fit one in more. We'll just do one more light-hearted ones.
Sure.
Then we can move on. So I'll go to Ashlyn now, because I know Lost Fans only got one more. We can use that as the next episode. So we'll come down here, and she said, "Let's do that one because it's easy."
I was thinking about doing this anyway. So,
if you had to get a Life is Strange tattoo or a Lost Records tattoo, what would you get? I'm going to get some ink done and would like some ideas.
You know what I was like legitimately thinking of? An elbow tattoo, but like with the time swirl right here. So like that rewind swirl on the elbow. That doesn't really work because you need some space for the elbow to like kind of bend like that. So like I was thinking like the elbow and like that. I'm definitely thinking of a butterfly tattoo, but like your choices have consequences kind of deal. So there's one other one I was thinking of.
Where's the Lost Records tattoo?
Oh, I'm getting to those. I had one more idea. I was thinking about like an Alyssa tattoo. Like,
hi Max.
Thanks, Max. Hi Max.
Sign my day as well.
Yeah, that'd be a great one. I was thinking like an elbow tattoo, but like with like one side a butterfly and then the other one like the spiral. I don't know how those would work though, but I definitely think like that would be like a cool one, or even like a back of the bicep, like one side's the time warp, the other side's the butterfly. I think that'd be pretty cool. Or like have the butterfly in the spiral. I don't know. Those are the easy ones, but like the Alyssa one, I think an Alyssa tattoo would be like super funny, like her getting hit in the head with a football. Like I think that'd be pretty funny. Lost Records tattoo. I mean, besides the obvious swan tattoo, like that's the obvious dragon one. Like, come on, yeah,
and the
dude,
tree.
like that, and the tree. I think of course, getting the lost like a Bloomin' Rage tattoo, just like a band tattoo. That'd be pretty sick.
I think
I
the Raven would
think
be pretty cool from Lost Records. Do you want the purple eye?
I think so too, and I want to see. So my tattoo artist that did this one and this one, he's really good at ravens, and he did one that I'm just like, that's definitely Lost Records esque, and I don't know if it's still on his story or not, but it's really, really, really cool. But I think you could do really well with it. If you're in North Carolina, I Heart Tattoo, super great scene. No, it's not on his on his story anymore. Oh well. But yeah, so the Raven or like having
That'd be good.
man, there's so many. Oh, moth girl. Like the moth
Oh my
girl
God.
plush. Yeah, or the Mothman plush. Like he did that Raven right there.
Ah, that's cool.
It's pretty yeah, it's pretty sick. Chris Sinister, if you're looking on
The tattoos would
if you're
be
ever
one as well. Sun, moth, moon, Raven.
Mhm.
Doing the Lost Records
Yeah.
logo. You could probably like with the keychain as well, or the padlock on it as well. That's an option. You could get a feather for Rachel Amber as a tattoo. That's always a good one. Tattoo's very
Ooh,
unique as
yeah.
well. Blue feather. A dream catcher. You should get Max's dream catcher.
The dream catcher,
She
yes,
she
yeah.
wears she wears one in
Chakra-
episode. She wears one in chapter 5, and then she also has one in the comics, which is very cool. Max also has a blue butterfly tattoo in the comics here, which you can see if you want to go to Emma
Yes.
Michelli's one. That's potentially.
Oh, okay, found it. This one right here.
There you go.
That's a good like Lost Records like esque
I think
tattoo
Sam Bradley
right
will
there.
approve of that.
Yeah, Chris Sinister. That's a good rib tattoo. That's a good like on your ribs tattoo.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. But yeah, so I think a Raven. I think you would maybe want to think like the Abyss. Oh, dude, that would be sick. Okay, so like an elbow tattoo, but like a ring of the Abyss, like a purple and blue, and like the elbow tattoo could be like circling the Abyss. Like
Do you know
that would be
what?
sick as hell.
If you want to make it even more spicy, you could even do that and then try and make a Life is Strange reference around it with a whole to another universe next to it, and kind of like infuse two tattoos.
Whole to another universe. That's a great one. That's a great tattoo. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a lot of different ideas. I think my idea of so I'm still considering the Michael Kolch tattoo. I'm still considering that.
Cowboy hat.
Yeah, with the cowboy hat, Michael Kolch. But yeah, no, there's a lot of different ideas. Yeah. I'm definitely thinking within my next 3 inks, I'm definitely going to be getting a Life is Strange tattoo just because like, you know, I'm doing this podcast and Life is Strange changed my life a lot. Pun intended, I guess. But yeah, so there's a lot of different ideas. I was thinking like an elbow tattoo or like a back of the bicep kind of ink right there. Yeah, no, there's a lot of different ideas.
Yeah, I think you could. I think you probably try and fuse one if you wanted to. If you had the money and like you wanted to make a crossover tattoo, I think you could probably do both of them. Like even if you wanted to, like, I don't know if it would work or not, but if you had like a raven and it had blue feather coming out of it, and it's like Rachel Amber style, like a nod to that, because technically it's also Chloe as well, because they use Chloe as a reference as the raven for Before the Storm, so it's like Before the Storm meets Lost Records / whatever, but there's a lot of confusion. But yeah, choose your fix. I love feathers as tattoos. I don't know what it is. I know some people don't like it as well. I heard comments from before, people said that to me, and I'm like, no, I like a feather. They're quite nice. Dreamcatcher, but I love Dreamcatchers. That would be a nice one. And also Swan's tattoo as well. I think Swan's dragon tattoo is very, very cool. Very much, you know, your tattoo artist will be drawing like Sam Bradley, which is a big task to do. But yeah, we're done here. So thank you so much for joining us. We will come back to the Patreon podcast with another side as well, so bear with us. But thank you for everyone who asked questions. And before we sign off as well, big shout out to our Patreon subscribers for supporting us. So we have Kevin Lackner, Sunday, Clare, McLoughlin, Jake, Carly, Kevin Kestis, Clarx, MrAnselmi, Spunger, The Lost Fan, Paul Groschke, Xavier, Ashlyn, Katelyn, and also as well, not called Kevin, who's now joined as well. So thank you for being part of the Patreon. It's very much appreciated. And obviously, there'll be a Patreon next month as well, and there's going to be hopefully some incentives that I'll try and work on as we get Reunion coming out. So yeah, bear with us with that. So thank you for joining us. If you are new here, please do consider dropping subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like the video, and share with your friends. And StrangeCast and the Lost Records Journal are available on both podcast services. Go and check us out there. Go and rate us, go and download us. You get instant access to your podcast episodes as soon as they become available. But yeah, we'll sign off here. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care. Stay tuned for Side B. Bye.
Later.
Ready for the mosh pit, Shaka Bra.